Alright YouTube, we're still in East Dayton at the corner of East 3rd and Bell Street. The city has, I will give them some credit, but I will not give them total credit because they're not tearing down enough houses. But on this area, there actually used to be what was an abandoned used car lot right up here, and there was another abandoned house right on the other side of it that they tore down. As you can see, this grassy area right here, this was tore down sometime last year, and there was a house that was there was one on the other side of this one that was the house that they had, you know, tore down as well. But as you can see, you know, this house has been scrapped all to pieces. It's just, this house will probably come down sometime this year, hopefully, but it's another derelict property, of course, on the east side of Dayton here. And here across the street, we got another one that's, well, I'm going to show off this area where they tore, where you can see where they just tore this down recently in the last 6, 7, 8 months. They're just waiting to probably reseed this spring, and this will, you know, go back to being green space, because sadly in an area like Dayton, especially in a rundown area like this, these houses, it's hard to rehab and put new houses in here, although they've tried, you know. Here we got one that's across the street here, this whatever color this is, that's abandoned, you know, and they've, who knows when this one's gonna get the wrecking ball, because this one, although I've said looks are deceiving, does not look in nearly as bad a shape as some of the other ones are. And I will. And here you can even see where some of these houses are not even that well kept, where they're just shitty and they've been brought down, you know, and value shopping carts, you know, for scrappers, hauling stolen shit off of houses. Back here, yeah. Here you can see another shot of this house right here that's abandoned right here. I got it about 30 seconds ago, but here's the side view of it right here, and it's really disappointing because there are a few houses in this area where they have tried to do a few things, but it just is not working. This house right here is not vacant, of course, but just a little bit of background about this house. I've looked on the sex offender registry, and there is a ton of sex offenders that live in this particular house right here when I've looked on the registry. So some of these sleeping room houses do attract those kind of people. Now, I mean, I don't want to discriminate against them because they do need housing like everybody else, but that's just, you know, just an example of what the area attracts. Now, also on this side of the street, you know, this house right here is not in as bad a shape. So even in this area, even despite the shitty area, the sex offenders, this house right here, compared to some, is not in that bad a shape. And then here we got this house right here that's abandoned, where the paint's been peeled off and a few other things, and I don't know what the status of this house is, but it's probably gonna have the wrecking ball at some point, you know. And yeah, and also this house right here has been abandoned for a while, but it's in pretty bad shape. A pretty good sized house right here that's it's next to the Alcoholics Club, and I commend people who are trying to fix their lives and rehab it. But as you can see, it's complete and total shit. Look how it's overgrown with brush, and even the porch and back is falling over on it. And but yeah, this area, although there's a few bright spots, it's kind of hard to have a bright spot when a house is like this, you know, and the area is like this. And here's an area that is an abandoned garage at some point in time, you know, but it's probably going to be torn out because, as you can see, there's boards on the backup. Yep, that's right. Tear it all down. We need to tear it down. Start getting results from this city. And this house right here, as you can clearly see, we're back at this house again, is in clearly messed up shape, and there's no saving this house right here because the structure is messed up and everything, and it's time, and right here is a prime example. They have tried to jerry-rig this porch because they know this porch is going to collapse, and this is so dangerous where they have actually let power lines be right by this shit, and yet the city don't do shit, jerry-rig the shit. And here there were some abandoned houses right here that were well, these houses were not abandoned now, but there used to be a couple vacant houses right on this area right here. This block was set on fire about 3 or 4 years ago. Back in 2010 or 2011, there was like 3 or 4 houses set on fire. So although the city's tried to put a few new houses in here, but the neighborhood is otherwise complete and total shit because they try to put a few bright spots in, but it's hard to find them in an area like this, especially when you have houses like this that have power lines that are right by them that are in danger and everything, and yet the city don't do their job.